The season started and I'm already in Mythic. And you will be surprised to know that most of the matches that I played were solo. And let me tell you how you can reach Mythic easily using the heroes that I will mention in this video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video I want to tell you guys the top 15 meta heroes in this season that you will be able to use, after which reaching Mythic will be easy peasy. First of all, I am going to tell you yet again, I will not include the mostly banned heroes, as you all know they are OP and effective in almost every game as long as you know how to play them. You have Paramis, Valentina, Julian, Wanwan, Natalia and Fanny. These heroes are mostly banned in Legend to Mythic rank, and you can go with these heroes if you are comfortable with them. Just don't be that guy who plays heroes just because it is OP. Now let's start with our first hero on the list, and that will be Balmond. He can sustain in team fights and deal decent damage at the same time. Since his ultimate is based on the enemy missing HP, he can burst the low HP enemy easily. Balmond as jungler has the advantage of getting the turtle or the load. He does have his disadvantage. Most Balmond users go for the tankier build that makes him weaker against carry and Luno. But in solo, such team coordination is rare to find, so it is safer to play him. The next hero will be Clint. Clint has a passive that penetrates a line of enemies after casting any of his skills. It can also deal damage to the turret without getting hit by the turret. These can be used for poking the enemy in the early game and getting kills at the same time. Since his first skill and passive has a big range, he is safer and easy to use. He does have his disadvantage too, like sometimes you might feel a lack of escape skills after using the second skill, so keep that in mind. I would recommend him to use Flicker, Purify or Sprint. Clint won't be getting banned much in solo, so you can pick it without an issue. One other hero with burst damage is Paquito. Paquito is one of the best hero with the most combo in mlbb, and his skill have a lot of dash and shield. He stands strong in chasing down the enemy since he has lot of combos. His combo can be applied fast, so he can easily take down MM, Mage and Assassins. I would recommend being aware of threats like Kufra, Mincitar, Franco, Kaja while playing him. Next I want to include Leslie. My god, her damage to tanks is insane after the revamp. I mean, not only the tanks, her revamp sure did justice for her. She gets critical true damage from her passive now, and that is one of the greatest threat right now. She does have very limited mobility, which acts as her disadvantage. An assassin will always be pain in the ass. And let me now get to her boyfriend Gushan. He too got a revamp in his passive, so this also has made him better in some terms. Not to mention, he already has loads of dashes to escape after killing the enemy. The only disadvantage will be his complexity and his difficult to master. Otherwise, if you already main him, do give it a shot. It is totally worth it. Next, let's talk about Bruno. Bruno's main advantage will be the easiness of his skill set. It's easy to learn in the current patch because of his attack range and positioning skill. He has almost everything: high attack range, poking and positioning ability, CC and high critical chance. Bruno recently got a buff on his first skill. Hitting the enemy with his first skill will increase his movement speed. That can be great advantage while chasing or running away from the enemy. Apart from having strength, Bruno also has several drawbacks that you need to know. He is an item dependent hero, and that makes him tough to play during the early stages of the game. Let me include the Bloodsucker Queen Alice next. She has really good CC in ganks and can mark backlines with ease. As a mage who need to fight face to face against the enemies, Alice relies heavily on her ultimate's damage and HP restoration, which makes her late combat ability during the cooldown of her ultimate. She does have the benefit of clearing the lanes fast and easy escape with the blink skill. There are drawbacks too. Her mana draws out fast AF So until you get your stake up high or build mana regen builds, you will face mana issues. One mage that can be played as a roamer is Valerie. He has a special burning effect from his passive that helps him giving continuous damage to the target. He is equipped with a loads of CC skill that makes him insanely helpful against many heroes. His weakness will be low mobility, so try to equip him with flicker or sprint. Ranger will be one hero most of you guys might not expect to be here. He is a hero that needs his items, so playing him as a jungler makes him stand out a lot. This also helps him to get extra early burst, and his mobility combo with first skill helps him zoom on the lanes. Low attack speed is the issue, but he is weak against Lolita as she can absorb all the Granger skills, so beware of that. Next I want to talk about Johead. You might say you don't see him being played much often, but brace yourself because he will soon appear on the ban list due to his insane effectiveness. He can exert enormous damage to the enemy and also get the additional shield and movement from the second skill for his escape. Enemies will be able to counter your late game with anti-curious, so try to outperform in the early game and get a hold of the game. Next will be Brody. Brody can be great asset to the team because he has great damage at the beginning of the game. This ability allows him to immediately farm, destroy towers and kill enemy heroes. Killing more enemies can be advantage for the hero. He has certain disadvantages too. He is a single target hero and the target switching is a mess. Also as an MM, he is squishy too. The second skill stun effect works fine, but you will be missing out on blink. So better use flicker for him. Sun will be another hero that I want to talk about. Yeah, you guys might not agree with me, but hear me out. He works like a dime while going solo. You can push, secure objectives and even gauge enemies with the right build. He is an absolute package for the solo ranking, but just beware of mages like Valerie or other continuous CC skilled heroes, because I think he is pretty weak against them. Up next, I want to add Lapu. He got some huge buff on the ultimate and his first skill. The first skill can zone out enemies and keep constantly poking them away. When using the ultimate skill, you will be able to use the first skill twice with proper cooldown items. His ultimate too has a short cooldown and also he is immune to CC and it can even damage to the enemies very badly. You will obviously need the skill and idea to use this hero in ranks, so better try it out in the classic mode if you don't have much practice. The only disadvantage he will have is while being on the ultimate form. You will lack dash skill to escape and chase, and this limits his potential. So make sure you get a flicker with him. I want to count Moscow in. We all know he is a late game monster and can deal absurd damage when he is equipped with the crit items. Solo ranks almost every time turns into a late game. And when it does, you will be able to hit the enemies the hardest, as that is the time you shine the most. He is very weak in the early game, so make sure you see your position and also step down from unnecessary ganks. Last but not least will be Xavier. He is one hero whose potential is only known if played properly. You may see him sniping down enemies with his ultimate, but one of the best underrated features of Xavier is his second skill and the cooldown. You might also find yourself vulnerable to assassins and high mobility fighters, and when you do, make sure to position yourself behind a fighter or a tank. And this was the list of heroes that you can use in this season to move to Mythic easily. If you have any other heroes in mind, do comment down below. Other suggestions and recommendations are always welcome. Good luck ranking. See you guys in Mythic. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.